Someone's coming in. Welcome to class. We're going to get started with a shoulder ease class. Really giving some therapy to our shoulders that carry a lot of energy. May not be carrying the weight physically, but they carry a lot of energetic weight. So we'll be addressing that today. And using a block and a strap. And just a note to us students who are coming in now, I'll be on a little summer vacation break next week, providing you with some brand new recordings that you can just pop in at your own time, those on-demand classes. So that'll be next week, not this week. We've got a nice shoulder week going on. And so just be prepared for that. I'll send it out on Sunday and you'll get all of my messaging. And great. So let's come to that seat so that we can come into that therapeutic breath for our shoulders. Take any seat you want. You can notice that I'm inside sit today. It just seems to be what my body wants. And we'll just take our breath work here. We won't be here very long. We'll be moving around on the mat. So take your seat at the edge of your cushion or blanket. Feel those sits bones anchor and feel the pelvis gently spill forward so that it allows a natural curve in the low back. And then shrug the shoulders up to your ears just to begin so we can feel those muscles working. Inhale, exhale them away from the ears, line them up with the ears on that vertical plane. And close the eyes. So today, just notice your breath to begin with, inhaling and exhaling. And feel naturally as you exhale, the shoulders may drop away from the ears. Shoulders are very mobile. They're mobile area of the body. They're very complex. Because they're very mobile, I encourage you to try to be very present today with your shoulders in our practice and notice whether you're trying to go a little too far into stretching, because it's important to keep your own pace and to not push to the limit, but to back off of that limit just a little bit. If we do the hypermobile quality of our shoulders, we can get into not such a relieving stretch. So let's just make sure we keep that consciousness through the practice. Back to our breath, inhale and exhale, noticing the flow of breath. And then let's enter a conscious breath, which is inhaling as if you had a lovely celebratory cake in front of you. We'll just say birthday or otherwise, with candles on it. And you're going to inhale, happily inhale and exhale. Just a nice slow exhale as you feel yourself trying to blow those candles out. And the belly contracts and you feel that strength of your abdominals. Even your shoulders get into that mix of the breath. Inhale again. As you breathe, feel the breath on that inhale. Fill all the way up to the shoulders, to the collarbones. Exhale. And let's see another couple of rounds here. If this makes you dizzy, just return to autonomic breath. That celebratory light of those candles in front of you, exhale, or just one cupcake with one candle is fine. Allow the breath to be audible. That also communicates to your nervous system to let go. Excellent. Flutter the eyes open. Notice that difference it's made in the body and the spine. Notice if you've made a difference just in dropping those shoulders away from the ears. Feel the freedom of the head. Move the head side to side, just looking side to side, up and down. Great. Maybe you feel lightness in the head on the shoulders. So let's move our blanket aside and come to take that blanket, actually not aside. Let's take that blanket as our prop. And we're going to spend a brief time in our what I call blanket fish. So fish pose is an arching, a lifting, and normally in the full pose, you would put your elbows beneath the body. We're going to do this therapeutically and have our blanket underneath the shoulder blades. So fold it at whatever height you want. You can even place another blanket there if you want to cushion the head. But you guys have done this with me before. Take the feet hip width apart at the base of the mat and the palms behind you, and ease the spine. Curl down in that C curve as you come to the floor so that we really get to articulate the spine. Take the hands behind the head, really cradle the head, elbows out to the side. As your shoulder blades touch the blanket, continue to hold your head. Take the feet and press down towards the bottom of the mat. And you'll feel the skin of the back slide down the back along with the shoulder blades. And then the head can find the mat or the blanket beneath you. And then your shoulder sockets are going to be rolling off the mat off the blanket onto the floor. And you feel that lift of your sternum already. Take the hands in cactus to begin with. So bending the elbows 90 degrees with our arms. Inhale into that lifted chest. Feel the breath filling all the way up to those shoulders. Exhale. And as you release, this is a passive stretch for the shoulders, a really excellent passive stretch for our shoulders to roll them away from the midline and unround our shoulders, that natural hunching that happens when we take on our tasks of the day. See if we can therapeutically open that so we allow more capacity in the front body to breathe that lovely conscious birthday cake breath or birthday cupcake breath. Inhale, exhale. And feel the abdominals contract there as you fully expel that breath out. Inhaling in, something to celebrate, and exhaling out anything you don't need today, leave it behind. Notice with your exhale that you're allowing those shoulders to melt. So it's a melting feeling towards the mat. Shoulders are complex, so we've got so many muscles to address. The muscles of the back body around the shoulder blades, and then we've got the shoulder sockets and all of those upper arm muscles that connect down the arms. Our regular yoga practice does address a lot of shoulder issues, but let's bring some extra attention and intention to that area. Come into presence in your room, in your space, with the other yogis practicing with us. Inhale, long exhale, blow out those candles. And then roll over onto your side, remove the blanket, grab the block, and come back onto your back for a moment of consciousness through our arms. Grab the block, keep the knees bent, just relaxing here. Take the block above your head. Hopefully it's a lightweight block above the head and between your palms. So you're going to reach up, squeeze the block between your palms. Inhale, reach up for the sky. And then exhale, pull back so that the shoulders roll back towards the mat and then down away from the ears. So the action is down towards the mat and then away from the ears as you're holding the block. So now you're engaging that shoulder complex, the shoulder girdle, supporting this flexibility with strength. Inhale, let's lift that block a little bit more towards our head, keeping the arms nice and long. Really inch it up so you're not feeling any strain, but you're feeling the strength, not strain, but strength of those muscles as we lift. So what we're doing here is inhaling and just exhaling, finding that rolling away from our ears and towards the mat, and then lifting, following the breath. So we're just noticing that the arms can lift really loosely without that engagement of our strong muscles, or they can lift with that engagement. So that's the kind of engagement you'll want to practice, pressing that block between your palms. So you're engaging the arms as well. So only lift as far as you're able to with your, let's not go to our full limit here. Let's come back and lift the block up. Great. So I'm just showing you there what that healthy lifting it feels like, and then lift the arms without the block and do that same engagement. So we can do this without a prop. Just noticing as you lift the arms, you're really bringing presence to your muscles as we build strength. Beautiful. And now let's take the left hand, take the palm of the left hand, keep the right arm lifting up towards the sky, take the left palm to the upper right arm. And then if you can, wrap your hand around the upper arm in an outward direction to the edge of the mat in a circular direction. So we're outwardly rotating our arm. So the upper arm is outwardly rotating, and then we're going to turn the palm towards the bottom of the mat. If you have any confusion, you can look at me up here. I'm just wrapping so that I'm encouraging an outward rotation of my shoulders, and then I'm pressing the palm towards the bottom of the mat. And I'm going to do that on the other side. Let's switch so that the left arm is reaching up, fingertips to the sky. Right palm comes to the left upper arm. And I'm just going to do a wrap around the outward rotation. And as I do so, I'll feel the bones of the shoulder, the socket respond, that connection, that joint up at the top, the ball and socket. And palm is going to turn towards the bottom of the mat. So this is the kind of rotation that we want to have in our arm balances, such as down dog. Great. Notice the breath, then just let go and allow the arms to drape down, and we're going to roll over onto our bellies. So it's a little lesson in our outward rotation of the arms. Come onto the belly, open up that chest a little bit more, bringing the forehead to the mat. And take the hands in cactus next to you. Just feel that connection with the earth. Third eye down on the mat, bringing a nice inward energy. The tops of the feet, let's travel with our mind's eye down to the tops of the feet. Toenails, let's see if we can get those on the floor. So spread the toes and the tops of the feet. You might have cramping in the feet actually when you try to activate them. Just then soften in a little bit more, soften the approach. But let's try to get the tops of the feet on the mat and then feel that energy travel up the leg. It's kind of a nice little trick to get those legs engaged. And the tailbone pointing towards the heels. Great. Let's slide the hands just beside the shoulders, and the elbows will dock into the ribs. Inhale, pull back with your hands. We'll come into a baby cobra. So this is a bending of the mid and upper spine. Gaze softly a few inches in front of you and come down. Let's inhale into another baby cobra. Keep the full body involvement here, head to toe. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Bring the forehead down, take the arms next to the ears, reach out, take the palms down, and we're going to take a cobra curl up with the head and shoulders. We're going to bring ourselves into cactus arms, and the arms are going to dock into the ribs. Inhale, peel off the mat, bring the elbows to the ribs, and then reach out again, bring the forehead down, exhale. And then we're going to bring it back, elbows towards ribs, inhaling, keep those feet on the floor, come down. Take a moment, get in your presence, inhale, again. Beautiful. Take the arms up next to the ears, forehead to the mat, and we'll get into some more strengthening. So here we're strengthening
the back muscles that support the back, but then also using our strength to unround the back. So we're using the deep muscles underneath the shoulder blades and on top of the shoulder blades. Inhale the arm. Okay, we'll keep those arms active. Inhale, exhale, we're going to take the arms straight, and they're just going to go out like snow angels and go towards the sacrum in a big, nice snow angel fashion. Inhale, lift up, take the arms back, snow angel style, really reach back towards those heels, and then sweep the snow angels towards the front again. Exhale down. Another. Sweep them back. Feel the curling up natural of the spine, no pinching. Just in the back, just keep it smooth and fluid. If there's pinching, just do the arms. Inhale. And reach back. Feel that broadening across the collarbones. And come back down. Take a pillow for your head with your hands. Take that third eye to the hands and feel the drop through your exhale. Wiggle the hips side to side. It's a little therapy on the hips there. All of our connections. Beautiful. And now roll onto your side. Oh, let's come up actually into tabletop. Sorry, not onto your side. And we're going to cushion the knees underneath us with that blanket. Allow the kneecaps to drape over the edge of the blanket as you take the wrists below the shoulders and the knees below the hips. Find your neutral spine here. So that same action we were taking when we were in our, when we were on the floor, we're going to roll those shoulders away from the ears, and we can feel the muscles underneath the armpits supporting the shoulders. So that's the latissimus dorsi and that some of those tiny muscles underneath. Let's roll shoulders away from the ears and feel that support. So through our tabletop, we're gaining strength in our horizontal, just holding that horizontal. Let's celebrate with our little cat-cow, curling the tailbone under, feeling the natural rising up of the spine, fluidly waving up towards the sky. Look down at the knees so you feel your full expression of cat. Exhale it out. Curl up with the tailbone first before you gaze up from the knees. Notice in your mind's eye that traveling up of the spine. And then look up. Bring the gaze softly up. Take another cat-cow here. In our full articulation of all of those intricacies of the spine, celebrate them. Exhale it out. Come back to a neutral spine, and we'll take this side to side. So we're going to take the right ear toward right hip, curling in one direction, and then curling to the left, wagging the tail. Again. Nice. And then we're going to curl the toes under on the right side. Nice long leg there. And rock forward and back. Holding steady. If you want to put your fists on the floor to protect your wrists, you can do that too. And now we're going to take that right leg out towards the left. So towards the bottom left of the mat, toes curled under, lift it slightly. And then we're going to gaze back at the right toes over our left shoulder. Feel the lengthening of the right side as you do this. Exhale it out. Come back to center, bring that knee forward, curl the left toes under, other side. Lengthen your left leg and rock back and forth, getting into a soft hamstring stretch, keeping the hips nice and even. Find neutral again. Lift those toes slightly and slide the left foot over to the right side of the mat and curl into gaze at your left toes over your right shoulder. Feel the side bodies really lengthening on the left rib cage. and then come on back. Beautiful. And then we're going to take our twisted cat pose. So take the right arm up to the right. So we're rotating that shoulder open. Plug that shoulder socket into the midline. So as if, you know, you're going to reach away naturally, but see if you can just plug that in towards the midline of the body a little more. Look up at your right hand. Hold it there. Notice the strength you're building in the back of the arms here. And then exhale, take the right hand under left armpit. The right ear comes down to the mat, the left hand in front of the face. So here's a rotation. Here's kind of a nice coiling of the spine. And we're bringing that all the way into the shoulders. So keep those hips even. You might want to take your left hand to the sacrum and just check the evenness of your hips. Inhale. Exhale, find a nice anchor here through those shins. And then take your left hand back to in front of the face. And then reach it up towards the top of the mat. So see if you can reach that arm all the way up and back again. Bring it back towards the right hand. So we're just doing a nice soft rotation in the shoulder socket, up and down, drawing an arc, a half arc shape on the floor. Take that hand back in front of the face, and we're going to flip the right hand up and down on the mat. So you feel that rotation all the way up to the shoulder socket. Inhale, unwind yourself back to all fours. Find your strong base here. Again, rolling shoulders away from ears. Take it nice and solid. Inhale the left arm up, rotate that arm, our shoulders working. And look up at your hand. Notice as you hold that arm up, you're engaging that shoulder, really plugging it in. Exhale, watch the left hand thread under the right armpit. Bring your left ear down to the mat. Right hand in front of the face. Finding our anchor here of our hips, maybe wobbling a little unevenly. Take the right hand to the sacrum. See if you can judge your evenness from here through those hips. Take the hand back to the floor, and then we'll make that same arc shape from our left hand up towards 12 o'clock above the head. As we twist the spine. Keeping things soft. Never want to over effort here. Just ease into it. And then take the right hand back in front of the face and flip the left palm up and down. Feeling that travel up the arm. Unwind, press to your right hand. And find that neutral space again. Bring the hips back to the heels into child's. If you don't want child's, you can just roll onto your back. And as you roll into child's, take the arms in front of you next to the ears. Take the fingertips and we'll make spider hands on the mat. So you're lifting up and noticing the drop of the heart. As you lift those fingertips up, you just travel up the arms and feel all the way up to your shoulder sockets and your shoulder blades, that you're creating a melting through the heart, through the sternum towards the mat as you press into the mat with your hands and claw back with those fingertips. Inhale into the back body. Feel that expansion across the shoulder blades when you breathe into the back body. Exhale, release. And now take the hands down to the mat, palms down, and we'll take the palms up. So we're going to outwardly rotate the arms again. Imagine something beautiful landing in your hands. Beautiful. Take the palms down to the mat and come on up to vertical and just take the arms out in front of you so that we're palms down. Roll the shoulders away from the ears.
Really engage those muscles underneath the armpits. Squeeze an imaginary newspaper, rolled up magazine under your armpits, and then lift the palms up to the sky. Keep that outward rotation. Lift the palms up to the sky. So we're doing that outward rotation, but now see if you can keep that openness across the collarbones as you take the palms down. So keep the openness across the collarbones, like keep that outward rotation in the upper arm as you take the palms down. So that's the kind of action we want in a plank and in some of the arm strengtheners. So let's try that in plank. So come forward, and you can take a knee plank, no problem. Bring the palms down, really spread out the fingertips. Keep that outward rotation and engagement of our shoulder girdle. And we're going to take the knees back or curl the toes under into a plank. Keeping the shoulders above the wrists or even slightly behind is okay. Now we want to point the tailbone towards the heels, whether you're on your knees or on the feet. Inhale in the length of your spine and exhale, blow out those candles. Feel that abdominal engage, navel towards the spine. One more breath here. Inhale, exhale. Beautiful. Bring the knees down to the mat, and then we'll take our seat and get into a little bit more flexibility in the shoulders. Find your comfortable seat on the blanket. Same base as before. Great. And now we'll take our fingertips to the mat, just making sure that we rise up through the spine. Inhale through the crown of the head. And exhale, find the base, find the anchor. Inhale again, take palms to the sky, reach up. And we're noticing that lift of our shoulders. So again, full flexibility here, range of our shoulder blades. Look up at the hands. Exhale, look forward, bring into prayer position. And the hands into prayer position, take that down through our center. Past our third eye, just briefly stop at the third eye, reminding ourselves to come into the present space that we're in. Calm the mind, flurry of thoughts, let it go away for a moment. And then come past the throat, down to the heart. Beautiful. Now we're going to take sweeping the arms out to the side again into full wingspan and gentle rotation through the shoulders here as we touch down with our fingertips gently and fly up again as if we're the largest bird you can imagine. Just flutter it, flying, soaring through the sky. Feel the lightness. Allow the arms to communicate the lightness to the torso. So the torso is lifting out of the pelvis here. Beautiful. And now we'll bring our hands into cactus. Beautiful. Let's dock the elbows into the ribs and take the palms up towards the sky. So as you do this, you'll notice that automatically outwardly rotates the arms and broadens the collarbones. Beautiful. Let's bring the hands together here so that as if you had, and then make a fist in front of you. So as if you had a boingy TheraBand in between your hands, and then you just open out towards the outside. Keep the engagement of the shoulders. Just a few more times here, following your breath. So really feeling those shoulders activate. We're just bringing that awareness into our deltoids, trapezius, all the spinatus, intraspinatus, supraspinatus, all of those muscles of our shoulder blades as well. There you go. And then open the palms. Notice that release that happens when you open the palms to the sky as if you're holding teacups in your hand. Shoulders away from the ears. Shrug them up and shrug them away. Those are also some muscles working. Release. And then reach out again. Full wingspan. Really feel the reach across fingertips to fingertips. And now if you have a strap nearby, drop the hands, find that strap. And again, if you need to, if you're sitting in cross-legged and you need to change the cross of the legs, go for it. We're going to take the strap about the middle of the strap, bring it up to the sky behind you, right arm up, and then bend the right arm and bring that strap so that it's draping down the middle of your back. And then take the left arm out to the side, bend that left arm back of the left hand to the back, and then see if you can find the bottom of that strap. So this is cow face arms, and this is a traditional yoga pose, cow face. Inhale, feel the lift of the crown of the head. So instead of that hunching forward, just feeling that lift, and exhale, hands gently perhaps travel along the strap. But again, let's not go too far because we want to make sure that we're listening to our shoulders as we do this. Drop the right shoulder away from the ear. So it might have hunched up. See if you can keep that down and engaged as you do a gentle stretch here along the strap. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Let's take that switch over. So reach up to the sky, reach the left hand up, grab the strap with the hand, bend the left elbow, drape that strap, take the right hand out, bend, and find that strap. Find your limit. You'll feel the back body leaning into your arms. That's part of this stretch. That's okay. Inhale. Exhale into those hips. Maybe travel the fingers along a little bit along the strap. Great. And then release. Take the strap to the side. Definitely change the cross of your legs if you haven't already. And we'll take our full wingspan arms again, sweep the right arm under left, eagle arms. This really gets into the intricacies of our shoulder blades. And we're going to take the palms together or the back of the hands together. Elbows find shoulder height. So we're neutral here. Slide the elbows away from the body and then back. As you bring those shoulder blades together, use the muscles in between the shoulder blades, those rhomboids, so important to build strength there. Hold in neutral. We're going to take the elbows over to the left shoulder. Turn the gaze over the left shoulder. Inhale back to center. Take the elbows across to the right side. Gaze over the right shoulder. And then gaze forward, bring it back to center. And let's lift up the elbows towards the sky. Follow with your eyes and the heart, upper back arching, and then slide the elbows, trace the line down towards the navel as you curl the spine in, and the shoulders drape forward. Nodding the head, and then come back up. Sweep the arms out into their wingspan, left under right. Feeling that pressing in towards the center. And then we can slide the elbows away from the body. Feel the glide of the shoulder blades as you bring the elbows back to the body. It's going to feel so good when we release. Take the elbows over towards the right. Gaze over the right. Look to center, slide over to the left, gaze over the left, exhale. Inhale back to center, exhale. And then inhale, follow your breath and your elbows up to the sky. And follow an exhale down as you trace the line towards the navel. A beautiful shape here. Curling in through the spine, draping the shoulders down and the head, bowing to the earth. Come back up. Great. And then we'll sweep that out. Let's lift the arms to the sky. And then let's bring this into a twist as we lift up. We're going to take the sternum over towards the right knee. And then we're going to drop the hands down, drop the arms down, dock the fingers strongly into the mat as you lift, and then turn towards the right. The gaze follows. We turn the chin over towards the right shoulder, not overstraining it here. And then we're going to keep the twist as you turn the head towards the left shoulder, and then towards the right. And then bring the chin back in line with the spine. So we're gazing over to the right. And then we're going to take the left ear toward left shoulder. And then bring that back up to central. Place right ear toward right shoulder in the twist here. Come back up. Unwind yourself. Inhale the arms up to the sky. And exhale, other side. Turn over towards the left. Exhale it out. Turn the gaze towards the left shoulder. And then turn the gaze towards the right shoulder. Come back so that the chin and the gaze is lined up with that left knee and the sternum. Take our left ear toward left shoulder, feeling the press of the fingers. Ease up to vertical, exhale to the other side. Come on up to center and unwind. Feel the difference here. Just take a breath, hands to the thighs. Inhale, exhale, allowing these poses, the stretch to settle and to energize the muscles along the neck, along the shoulders. Taking a moment so that our muscles can respond. Beautiful. Now we're going to transition towards our standing practice. So let's take the blanket to the side. We're going to take that same outward rotation we had. Take the block nearby to the top of the mat as we come up. And again, arms out in front of you before we go up into down dog. Rotate downward, shoulders away from the ears, squeezing that imaginary magazine rolled up underneath the armpits. Yes, take the palms to the sky, keep that openness in the upper arms, and then take the palms down. Now with this strength, let's come forward into down dog. So bring that same rotation forward, press down with your hands, curl the toes under, lift the hips up towards in that diagonal. Bring the ribs to the thighs, bend the knees. Lifting, pushing away with the hands. So we're keeping that active shoulder engagement. And then we're going to bring the heels towards the floor. Exhale. And here we are visiting our hamstrings. So feel free to pedal them. Great. Find evenness through the heels. Find your expression of down dog. Rotating shoulders away from ears still. This is a different position, but you still have that same action. Protecting our shoulders and strengthening them. Now walk towards the hands with your feet. Find that block. Take the hands to the block. So really take the palms to the top of the block. And if you want to bend the knees, if that's good for your low back, you can do that, or straighten them with the hamstring stretch here. We're going to inhale, take the shoulders away from the ears into a flat back. Lifting up, allowing the exhale to drape the shoulders down into a forward bend. Head comes with it, some traction for our neck here, hanging the head down. Inhale back up. And exhale down, release. Beautiful. And then inhale back up, this time taking the hands to the hips. Inhale, hinging up to standing in mountain pose. From here in mountain, feel again a full alignment. So we're squaring the shoulders with the hips, noticing that strong rectangle of our torso. engagement of our shoulders, arms next to the body. Feel the feet magnetized together. Glutes engaged, tailbone towards the floor. Inhale, tall, energy through the spine. Exhale, anchor through the feet. Wonderful. Take a moment here to grab your strap. Stay at the top of the mat, but I'll show you from this way. Take the strap in front of you, hold as far as you're comfortable with. Rolling shoulders away from the ears, and we're going to floss the shoulder blades carefully here from our mountain base. Take the arms above the head with that strap. So you're going to lift it up, and then maybe you'll lift the strap, widen the hands if you need to, and we're going to lift the strap so that it's behind the head and then back in front. So keep that full pull, keep the pull through the hands as you lift back up into that stretch. So we're gliding, bringing that oxygenation to the shoulders, but we want to make sure that we don't overstretch, keeping consciousness through the awareness, through the breath, that all-knowing eye, the third eye, going inward, making sure we're caring for those shoulders, but noticing the flexibility in our, that is our capacity today. Beautiful. Ah, yes. And as you do this, you can come narrower on the strap, only if that's possible for you. Great. Let it go. Take the strap. So we're hanging on to that, and we're going to take a familiar pose, but we're going to first try it with a jacket and without a jacket. If you choose not to have the jacket, you can just do the pose twice, but I want you to feel what this is like with some support. So we're going to take our familiar thoracic jacket halfway on the strap at the halfway mark, place that between your shoulder blades, just at the base underneath the armpits, and bring the strap forward in your hands, and then flip it over evenly through that strap. Flip it over so that it's hanging down the back like so. And then just take a cross X with those straps. And already as you hold them in front, you'll feel that pulling back of your shoulder blades. Now, this is a passive way to keep the shoulders back, but ideally we want our muscles to do that. So let's try it with the strap, and I just tie it off because some of these buckles are very complicated. So I would just tie it off for the moment in front if your strap is long enough. And again, if you don't want the strap, that's okay. We can do that without. So I'm going to take a wide stance here with that jacket on. Feel that you're settled in there, that it's not crooked. Find some symmetry there, and find the feet in parallel in our wide stance base for our side angle. So we're going to take the right toes over to the side, and we're going to line the front heel up with the back arch. So hands on hips just helps us remind the pelvis to stay in a nice even place as we drop the hips, bend the right knee towards the middle two toes. And notice that alignment. Keep the alignment between the feet, energize the feet together. This is your base. Inhale the arms out to our wingspan, T arms. Inhale to the crown of the head. Exhale, we're going to lean and hinge at the right hip, keeping that tallness through the sternum, keeping the shoulders back as we take the elbow to the right thigh. And pressing through our left foot into the mat. Nice foundation there. And then we're going to lift the left arm to the sky, sweep it across next to the ear. So feel as you lift it up towards the ear that the strap encourages you to roll that shoulder down away from the ear, keep the skull and the sacrum aligned, and then take the left palm, face it towards the back of the room. Check in, notice that the strap encourages you to keep that heart open, maybe even turning up towards the sky. Inhale, exhale, find your anchor. and then sweep that left arm back. Come on up and we'll try the other side. Feet in parallel, switch directions with the feet. Hands to hips, feeling that evenness across the hips, traveling on this plane of one glass pane in front of you and behind you. Exhale, bend the left knee. Feel the lifting up at the same time in the torso, as the same time you feel the anchor through the feet. Inhale, exhale, hinge at the left hip, and we'll take the left elbow to the thigh. Notice that lift through your torso and you keep those shoulders aligned. Inhale the right arm up to the sky, next to your right ear. And then take the palm facing it back. So we're rotating again through the shoulders. Beautiful. Lift the right arm to the sky, back to parallel, undo the strap. And then we're going to try it without. And I don't think you'll need so many cues from me. So make this beautiful transition from right to left, meditation. Noticing your shape in space. Inhale, find the base. Exhale, base of the pose, hinging over. Feeling still the effects of that rolling back of the shoulders, but this time using your muscles. Inhale, full expression, palm toward back of the room. Breathe. Find the middle. Other side. Back up to center. Beautiful. Heel toe yourself in to our mountain. Stand in the middle of the mat. Sweep the arms up to the sky. Exhale it down to the mat. Forward bend. Hands find the mat. Bend the knees. And we're going to come down to the mat. Briefly for a camel. So you can cushion your knees underneath you or your shins. Come up into a high kneeling position. Hands on the hips. Take the hands to transition the hands to the low back, fingertips pointing down, and encourage the traveling down, the pointing down of your collarbones as the fingertips travel down towards the knees. So just pressing downward. So you're encouraging a little flattening through the low back. The elbows are going to reach behind you, broadening again across the collarbones, shoulder sockets roll back, scapula push together, and we're going to bring the heart towards the sky. Inhale, look up. Exhale back to our neutral vertical. And once again, inhale, look up. So we're almost doing a bridge here. Camel was almost like a bridge, but staying in vertical, right? So activate those bridge muscles back to our neutral. Try it once more. Inhale, elbows back, heart looks up, eyes look up. Oh, find this beautiful arc through the spine and then come back, hips down to the heels. Find our way down to recline. And come on down. We'll take one more block here. I'm sorry, block. One more bridge here with a block. Grab the block. Sorry, folks. And then take the feet hip width apart. We're going to hold the block with our hands. Sometimes we put it between the thighs. Keep the knees hip width apart. Lift the block up above the head like we were doing earlier. And you're going to lift it above the head as you lift the hips up towards the sky. Lifting that sternum, feeling a range of our shoulders here, supported through the muscles engaged as we lift and squeeze the block. And then bring it back up and down as you snake the spine down. One more time, lift up. Just pressing through the feet, feeling the length from your knees to your fingertips. Reach a full expression here. Lift up, sternum towards spine, sternum towards the chin, and then come back down, snaking it down. Sigh it out. Take that block to the side. Roll over onto your left side. Knees together, palms together. I'll give you a choice here. You can choose, depending on we can draw a rainbow above us in our rainbow, or you can alternate. We're going to take the sidewalk chalk on the right hand, watch as that sidewalk chalk draws a rainbow above our heads and over to the other side to get into our twist this way. Or you can take back to the palms together and just slide the right hand across towards the heart and just pull it back as if you're a bow and arrow. Open it up to the right and then alternate back again, sliding across the body. I'm going to alternate between drawing a rainbow above my head and back to our archer, but you can choose whichever is your favorite. Make it a moving twist though, making it act dynamic. Really using the breath. So when you exhale, really feeling the navel contract, that area contract. So we're activating our core, even through the breath. And also notice the range of motion and listen to the body. Roll over onto your other side and take the same twist that you chose on the other side as well. Celebrating with the rainbow shape or activate the archer. Left hand reaching out to the left side. Really, all the shapes we've taken today, reminding us just how flexible those shoulders are naturally, the bones, that the connecting with the joints and the muscles, they're made for flexibility, but they need support. So the scapula, the clavicle, all of the connections as the arm bone fits into the shoulders. So many possibilities, but also sometimes they really need that balance of fortification as well. Beautiful. Come on to your backs. Take the feet to the mat. And take the fist to the side of your mat. So you're going to take the fist and you're going to pull down toward the bottom of the mat. As you pull down towards the bottom of the mat, you'll notice that, and as you push down towards the bottom of the mat with your feet, you'll notice that the skin of the shoulder blades slides down towards the base of the mat. Keep that sliding down. Inhale. Exhale, release the feet and release the hands, and notice that set you up to roll the shoulders back. And then we'll take one leg long and then the other. Feel the shape of your skeleton in space. Bring your presence to this pose, this very important pose, as we allow the body to absorb the practice. It's part of the science of yoga is to give that momentary rest after changing shape of our muscles to allow them to respond. So that when you walk away from the mat, you carry this sense of therapy through the muscles. Allow the feet to flop out to the side, release. Find the same light of those candles in your mind's eye as you close the eyes. Focus on that brightness. And your exhale, that nice blowing out of the candles. Our shoulders tend to respond so strongly to energies, whether it's positive or negative. We carry so much energy. So their anatomical structure made to withhold that energy, so that flexibility there and the strength. But let's try to just feed them with joy right now, releasing them from the burdens. Long exhales. Send that joy through the whole body. On your next inhale, exhale out anything you don't need and want to leave behind. Now breathe with your whole mind. Exhale. And with your whole spirit. And bring it all together in harmony. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Bend the elbows and the knees. Rolling onto your right side. Inhaling up to seated position. Take your time. Allow the head to be last to rise. Hands to heart in Anjali Mudra. Just another reminder, I will be taking next week off. I'll be back the following week and I'll send you some recordings. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today.